I am thoroughly convinced the squirrels are what cost me most of my points. All of a sudden, that upper 12 that I was shooting at became a 5.
And I found while I'm on the range, the darkness wasn't there. It did poke its head around a couple of.
You're listening to the Letdown podcast.
It's like buck fever.
One shot at a time.
That's a big buck.
Awesome, sir. Well, thank you for joining us, Wayne. I
pleasure,
do appreciate it at the last minute. Yeah, we really we were going to have you on next week, but actually this works out pretty good because I know one of the things I had mentioned to you earlier, because I wanted to have you on yesterday, but I don't think I could get the boys together yesterday. So because we're trying to promote the FDCC, obviously. So I know you attended the inaugural. I think.
Yeah, I did.
Was that where we gave you the birthday cake?
Yes.
Is that where you got the birthday cake?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's talk a little. Let's start there. We'll talk a little bit about the FDCC. And just if you just want to sort of give your initial thoughts, like you've kind of been around the 3D world for a while. So
yeah, I guess you could say I've been around for a while. It's going on 11 years now.
that's a bit.
So the first year, the first event at Royal City was a bit of an eye opener for me. Justin, you set up a great course. A couple of not very nice shots, but I've been teasing you about it for years. It seems like, and I wasn't in the money class. I didn't need to put that pressure on myself. I put enough pressure on, but I really like the fact that if you weren't comfortable shooting at some of the longer distances, I think what was it? There was a bedded elk at 70 plus yards or something like that. Justin, do you remember?
Yeah, it's like 67 yards.
Yeah.
So
on the back loop.
It was on the back loop, and if you weren't comfortable doing that, you could walk up to 50 yards, 40 yards, what have you, and nobody really gave a rat's ass. The only time they said anything is if you were in the cash class, which I wasn't. And the guys that were in my category, they certainly gave me a run for my money. Like Matt Wilkie, who just messaged me for some silly reason. He shot unbelievably, and he came out of nowhere. The novelty shoot I wasn't a big fan of it, but then again, as you're going to find out here shortly, Misha, fat shafts don't always pay the bills. Insert bad joke here.
All right.
So, but yeah, the guys at Full Draw, Gary and CJ, they were great. I wouldn't have known them to trip over them up until that point. I'm trying to remember the other guy's name. I am so sorry. I'm bad with names.
Josh.
No
worries. Yeah,
I
Josh.
don't think he was there, but the one time that I did meet him, he was a great guy. He was very open and very knowledgeable, and he likes to razz you, which I welcome it. If you ever shoot with me, come on, bring it on. You better expect it back. So, but yeah, it was extremely well run. Well done, Chris, for opening up the course. Justin, you laid it out perfectly.
Wherever Justin
is. Yeah, he's over on this side, on my screen. So.
Okay.
No, Justin, you laid out a great course.
Yeah, him and his wife and my wife. It's very much a team effort. So it doesn't happen without, even like Misha helps as well. It doesn't happen without all the volunteers, right? So. So I don't like to take credit. So
I wasn't giving you credit. I was just stating the obvious. I know who wears the pants in that family. Val and Amanda do an amazing job of wrangling you two buffoons in.
That's a fair statement.
I really do.
That's a fair statement.
Hey, anybody that can make me cry by doing something as simple as giving me a birthday cake, knows how to wrangle us in.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I don't even know where that idea came from. I guess I think Valerie just found out that it was your birthday, and so she's like, "Oh,
It was, I believe it all started at the breast cancer shoot last year. You and I were talking in the hall, and I mentioned that I had been going to Royal it had been 9 years at the time. And I said, she asked me why I was constantly going. I said, because it's a birthday tradition. I didn't say when my birthday was. So it could be any time in May. And last year, it just happened to land exactly on my birthday, which made it even more special. I kind of forgot all about it because I was more concerned about Raz and Justin, about the Wolverine shot, of which I got another idea for you, buddy.
Okay.
You're going to need to
All
find
right.
another brown target.
How big?
Medium, i.e. like lynx size.
Like bobcat sized?
Bobcat is perfect.
Great buck.
I'll talk to
right.
you about it next weekend at the FDCC. Hey, segue.
segue exactly." Yeah. So the FDCC, folks, is happening next weekend. So if you can sign up and pre-register, pre-registration gets you through quicker. Helps us know numbers so we can prepare food and prepare for parking. So which we're trying to expand currently, right, Justin? We're trying to get the
Yeah.
someone was out there cutting a lot of trees. So I don't know who it was, but they cut down a
I
lot
know
of
who
trees.
that was. I'll tell you who that is
Okay.
later. Actually, unless you want me to mention their name right now.
Sure. Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. It blanked. Totally blanked.
Is it Mike Grabowski?
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
What a
He
guy.
came and
What a gem.
yeah. So he's been,
He's a good man.
because he couldn't come out on our cleanup day, which is the 9th. He came out and he cleared a whole bunch of trees. He did a fantastic job. He sent me the video of everything that he did. And it's literally members like that come out, put their time, effort, and energy
Agreed.
that make this whole club work.
Totally agree.
Right? Like, and Luis fixed targets. He took, I think, 3 or 4 targets home, literally resurfaced them, fixed them, and put new dots on them.
Really?
Yeah. See, that's another thing because he literally was like, "Hey, Justin, can I take targets home?" I'm like, "Message me so no one thinks that you're stealing them." Right. So then if anyone comes to me and goes, they were stealing targets, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and then he sent me a
awesome.
picture. Oh, they look fantastic. They look better than the Bulldogs.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So-
See, Wayne, that's why you want to be a member, right? So
If you guys weren't 2 hours away, I absolutely would be a member.
It's worth it.
exactly. So we talked about the FDCC. That's good. We got that out of the way. Let's talk a little bit about Wayne Woodcock.
Oh, you want to know about Captain
Wayne-
Squirrel, do you?
Captain Squirrel. Actually, that's also a good segue because I've been doing a bit of squirrel talk over on the.
I
I was actually trying to lead up to having you on the show because I know we'll get into your how that came about later. Because I'd actually want to get a little bit of background on yourself. As I understand, or as I know, you are you currently coach.
I used to coach
martial
I
arts.
used to coach kickboxing. I primarily focused on teens 16 and under. I did that for 5 years. I helped start a newish club, basically just a bunch of members from another club. And I joined them, created a new club in Coburg. It's called Athena. If you ever happen by there, let me know. I'll reach out to a friend of mine and she can set you up with a class if you want to try it out. Be prepared to get your ass kicked by a bunch of ladies. The boot camp, the booty boot camp, as I used to call it, is not necessarily a boot camp. These ladies know how to throw hands, and I've walked out of there with more than my fair share of bruises. Prior to that, I studied karate for almost 12 years. And the reason I started that was I wanted to calm my mind down. I wanted to get rid of the squirrels, as Josh would say. but didn't help. Absolutely did not help. My partner, as two of you guys know, she says you can't be angry and shoot your bow. It's basically a case of hold my whiskey, watch this shit. I can be very angry when I shoot my bow, and sometimes I nail that 14. If you were at Running Bear with Dean, Tony, a bunch of others, and myself, you would have seen it because I was very angry in the shoot down. Yes, I did make the shoot down. On the archery side of things, I started that in high school. I was 14 years old. I had been practicing for rugby, broke both my collarbones. And
That sucks.
my coach said that I needed to figure something else out. So this is back pre-NASP. So this was 1989. Yes, longer than you've been alive, Misha.
Damn. Back when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty sure I fell off my Triceratops and broke my ass.
That's how he broke his collarbones.
Yeah. No, that was going after one of the props, and he happened to be about the size of Chris when he was 15. Sorry, Chris, you're just a big dude.
I can't help it.
So
I can't help it.
It was actually my phys ed teacher that suggested it. He was a hunter. I had no interest in it. I didn't know what to do. Grew up in a hunting household. And this was the new thing growing up in Bancroft. So I tried it, didn't really like it, but the hot girl in my class was in there and I decided to stick it out. So I did that for 5 years, stepped away from it to raise a family. Got in a rough mental patch and decided to pick it back up again. That was, so 11 years ago now, and I haven't looked back. And yeah, I rip on whoever shoots a Hoyt, but I stop and look back and went, damn, I shot a Hoyt for 3 years. What was I thinking? Because I wanted to harvest the deer, not just Hoyt it. And and yes,
Bad jokes
Justin.
tonight, holy.
Oh yeah, I told you this is what was going to happen. So
That's what the show's all about.
Sorry about that. I got a aging dog here who's trying to get off the couch. Had to put his stairs in front of him.
No worries.
And
We've had dogs on the show before, so
yeah, I don't think Bentley would like to be on the show. He's a 17-year-old Bichon who's got no teeth and his tongue sticks out the side of his mouth like Daffy Duck.
Oh, poor dog. Gee.
Yeah, but you know what? He's healthy. Trish will be home about 2:00 in the morning, and he'll run around the house like he's a puppy. So
That's awesome.
Nice.
So I started competitive shooting when I came back because I didn't want to get back behind the bow and start hunting again. It's not that I don't appreciate hunting. Like I said, I grew up in a house full of hunters. But when my dad passed away, my love for doing it left with him. So, and he's been gone 18 years now.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, he was 90 years old. What do you do, right?
Oh, wow.
It's a nice life.
And you imagine everything that he saw. Actually, one of his favorite stories was he was guiding in the 70s, shortly before I came along. And one of the things that he claims he did, keep in mind this is an old man's story. He claims he shot 3 deer with 2 rounds. And I'm like, well, how did you do that, Dad? He goes, well, I got the one with the vital shot. I'm like, okay, believable. I've seen him do it. Hell, I did it when I was a kid. And he said, the next one, I shot it through the neck, came out his asshole, and got the one behind him.
I believe him.
Well, it
Yeah,
was
that's a
an
good
old
shot.
308, so what do you expect? Not much will stop it.
So Wayne, I think what you're trying to tell us is the apples that fall too far from the tree here. That's what it kind of sounds like, these kind of stories.
That's my favorite story about my dad. So
That's awesome. Yeah, there's something about it's like the father and son relationships are. I don't tell this to too many people, but I had a friend. He was writing a book about his dad, and he wanted to write stories about other people's dads and their relationships. So he'd asked me to give him a story with like my dad's still alive, but he just because he was trying to explore those relationships, right? It's well, you know how men are. We're not always the most open about our feelings, and we're not the most, and that kind of, like, I learned, like, my dad was he's still not a very open guy. He's not gonna tell me when he's sad or whatever, right? Or what have you. But so it's it's like those relationships and what they teach us, like the hunting, and like I know a lot about cars because of my dad. I know, like, and when we had Travis McGregor on too, he says the same thing. His dad taught him how to fish, taught him about cars, and it's a special relationship, I think. So, and but anyways, I digress.
Oh, that's okay.
But,
I enjoy listening to your
just wanted to
stories,
say,
too.
my dad's, like I said, my dad's still alive. We still like hunting together. He likes bird hunting and fishing, so, and he loves it now that I can take my youngest with me, and he comes out too. So it's generational, right? So it's kind of a cool thing that that not a lot of people get to talk about when it comes to their dad. So it's nice to have that story about your dad. That's really cool. I guess you started shooting archery before you did martial arts. You started when you were young because of the collarbone injury.
Yes, I did. It's
yeah, and then you say you went to martial arts to calm down the squirrels. Did that work?
It did. But when I when I stepped in the ring for the very first time and kind of got the old marble knocked around a little bit, the squirrels were a little bit harder to quiet. So I tried different things, and I found going back to archery for a while, it quieted them down. Kind of like every once in a while you get the little bark, that one that pisses you off when you're hunting and you want to shoot the son of a bitch. So you'll know, as you noticed at the FCC last year, I was doing great, having a great time, and then all of a sudden I heard that squirrel barking up into the 5, and so it helped. I found that I was able to control them a little bit better when I was coaching the kids, because I started to relate to the children. I enjoyed working with. There was a couple of young boys. They had autism, and they had different ways of communicating. And the one, he would act up. We'll call it act up. He just wanted a little bit more attention. And I had a young teenager, Jack, who's now a 3-time national champion. He's he's a great kid. He would take over the class and run them through the drills, and I would focus on Lawson, who needed the extra help, and I would sit there, squat down on my knees, and help him with what he needed. Or, you know what? Every once in a while, we would spend the night doing wind sprints up and down the gym and running them through an obstacle course, just to try to. The harder it was, the more he focused on what he needed to do. So if I told him I needed him to do 30 box jumps, he would do 40 just to say, "Haha, I did it, coach." Well, guess what? Now you're going to do 50, and just keep doing things like that. And there was no such thing as a punishment for him. Like, if he wasn't paying attention, I couldn't find a way to punish him, because that was just an added bonus. Whereas any of the other kids, if they weren't listening after the second time, well, now you're going to get down on your hand. You're going to get down and you're going to give me 20 push-ups, and then you're going to go back to doing the rest of the drill. Couldn't do that with him. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. This is me when I was 12 years old. Oh, I know how to deal with this. And yeah, if you want to get fit in a hurry, I can get you there, Misha. I saw that pot belly.
Boy.
Huh?
There's no pot belly in that guy.
What the fuck?
That was stuff in your kangaroo pouch on your hoodie. That's what it was.
Wow.
Misha, I actually have a question for you from the Sportsman Show. You were at the Bowtech eyeing that 33. Did you get that, or did you go over and buy the Lift X like a bitch?
Wow.
Wow. I haven't gotten any bow yet.
Oh, okay. By the way, Justin,
so you're-
congratulations on your new bow.
Yeah, I got the SS34. So they didn't have the Proven, so I got the SS34 instead.
Great bow. I wish I kept mine.
Yeah, it's a nice shooting bow. It's OD green with black limbs, white gas bowstrings. It shoots nice. Like, it feels nice in the hand. Next to no vibration. I got a new sight for it.
But that Trophy Ridge not going
just
to work
because it's
for you?
easier on my eyes. No, I still got a Trophy Ridge. I just got the digital version because it's easier on my eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it shoots. It's the exact same sight pretty much, but it's a 3-pin sight. So because I want to get it to, it lasts 48 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that comment alone, Misha.
It has a slider on the side as well.
Oh, there you go. What do you need batteries for then?
Yeah, so that's right. It has
All
the
these
slider on the
kids with
side just in case.
Technology.
Yeah, the technology.
Technology.
There's only one problem with that bow, and it's a for me it's a bow tech. I just cannot shoot those things.
You only like yours because you got yours from Perkins. It still has some mojo
I like
in
mine because it's. Yeah, I believe me, I squeezed all the mojo.
I was gonna say what
you haven't figured out how to access it yet. That's all.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe you can. Maybe I need to get into martial arts and maybe to figure that one out.
Yeah, maybe
some kind of meditation. Yes, actually, that's where I think you and I are a little bit are pretty similar, especially the amount of pressure we put on ourselves for this crazy, stupid game sometimes.
Yeah, I found that out at this year's Rogues Hollow. I thought I was good. I went into it. I'm like, I don't need to practice very much, and I'm like, I made the shoot up last year. I can do it again. Boy, was I wrong. It's like I stepped onto up to the first target, and somebody hit the little silver handle on the back of the toilet. There went my entire shoot before I even shot my first arrow.
So, just like take me to that kind of moment when, for example, at the FCC, not the FCC, sorry, the SCC last year, you shoot a 5. What happens in your head? Like, is it kind of it's down the tubes from there because you've been shooting, you're shooting well, and then you shoot a 5. Are you able to recover from that? Because I've heard stories.
Sometimes I can. Depends on who I'm shooting with. Unfortunately, there are some people out there that will just constantly hammer you about it.
Right.
And there's a young lad that I shoot with during the winter. I'll be doing really good. And he goes, "Hey, look at that, Wayne, you haven't shot a 5 yet." And the next arrow, where does it go? Bunk, right into the 5. Like, son of a bitch. But yeah, at the SCC or any tournament for that matter, if I hit a 5, it takes me a couple of targets to get over it. And the worst thing you can do is tell me what my score is while I'm going, because now I'm calculating what I need to do.
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
yeah.
I know Bruno didn't mean any harm last year, and Bruno was just being Bruno. And when he said, "Oh, you're leading the average Joe, and all you need to do is maintain your score to keep that." Well, we were doing just fine. And it's like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to come home with an extra $400 in my pocket. Yeah, what I needed to do and what I actually did were two different things. I shot too well. Like, oh, damn. But then again, it didn't help that somebody in our group completely missed the target. A 20-yard target, no less. No, Chris, it wasn't you.
Okay, I was thinking, I missed 20-yard target.
That was Sean.
Jeez. Oh, right.
Yeah, he went right under the belly of the antelope. How do you miss something that big at 20 yards?
Dear. And now, if you take yourself back to, like, say, because you said you did fight competitively, correct? So, what does the pressure feel like for each one of those? Like between archery, is it the same? Do you put the same type of pressure on yourself? Is it or is it the same pressure? Is it a different type of pressure?
Well, that's a good question. I would say something like coming into a club shoot like Royal City. That's to compare to a kickboxing fight for me anyway. It's like doing an in-house club burner where you're just basically sparring with your teammates and what have you. You step up to the bigger ones where, everybody puts pressure on themselves, like going into the provincials. That would be the equivalent of doing a larger larger fight in, say, Markham at the multicultural center, where you look up in the stands and there's like 500 people watching you, and you're going, "Oh boy, I know I put in the work, but I don't know if I'm ready for this." And then you go to something. Well, for me, right now, thinking about what I've got coming up on my plate, going to the Woodland Classic, the second leg of the Triple Crown. I've never been to Perkins Farm. I've shot with Chris. Chris is a great guy, but I'm thinking to myself, how evil is he going to be with some of his sets? Justin, I don't want to see you with a pad and pencil there either, taking notes.
I've already got things I want to do anyways. I've been stewing on this for a little bit.
Yeah. So going into something like that would be like stepping up onto the national stage and fighting people from all over Canada. You don't know if you're going to fight somebody that you've seen before, or somebody coming in from Vancouver Island who's going to take your head and put it up into the second row, regardless of how well you prepared. And just trying to, for me, being the squirrel that I am, trying to stay out of my head with something like that is difficult. And every once in a while, you'll see me reach into my pocket and pull out my earbud and throw it in and put on Spotify and listen to a couple of outlaw country songs, and then put the earbud away, kind of reset myself. Hopefully it works. Most times it doesn't, but hopefully it does this once in a while.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of different because you're like archery is you against you, right? As much as I know you're competing against other people for score, but at the end of the day, I think it's you against you. Whereas fighting is both. It's you against you, and it's you against another dude who's ready to punch you out, right? So
yeah, it's me against the other guy, but it's also me against his entire team and his gym. So like there's
right.
Instead of it just being, two guys out behind the bar, it's now, oh no, now I have to take on 30 people, even though they're not physically in front of me. That mental pressure is there. It's like, how good were his training partners? How good is his coach? No offense to any of the coaches out there, regardless of what the sport is. It's
and which one do you find mentally harder?
Archery, because
Really?
fighting it's a primal instinct, right? You fight to survive every day. Whereas archery, it's more mechanical. You have to think, okay, knock your arrow, find where you want to hit the target, get your distance, set your sight, go through your draw cycle, go through your hold, engage your release, rinse and repeat. For me, it's that much harder because there's so many more steps that I have to think about. Even though we're not really supposed to be thinking about them, it's hard not to. Okay? How many times have you guys stepped up to a target, for those of us that have a movable sight, and think we've set our sight, and just make the shot only to find that we've gone 6 inches over the back?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you don't have a digital sight.
No, it didn't matter.
You got to get one of those new dial proof guys. Come on now. Gary's going to tell us we have to get that sight. You're quiet. Misha, what's on your mind?
Nothing.
Oh, he's not sure what to make of me. That's all. You can't say anything I haven't heard
Not
before.
yet. Misha's pretty, is a little bit shy sometimes, I think.
You get used to him, I promise.
Do I have to?
Wow. God.
If I'm not picking on you,
Chris,
Misha,
you
I
had
don't
to
like
ask
you.
him to come on today, or
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have anybody else you could ask to come on?
They all knew you were going to be on, so they refused.
Shit.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You sure you didn't want Josh back? He's far nicer than I am.
Well, he may be back. He may be back. I have a couple of ideas on how. There's a couple of things I'd like to talk about when it comes to kind of the state of Ontario archery, and I'd like to have kind of like a panel of guys who all shoot, who shoot all the tournaments, etc.
Okay.
It'd be nice just to sit down and just, like I don't want it to be I don't want to gear it as a bitch session, because that's what everyone does. I like to think of ways, and I think we're doing it for a lot of it. And when I say archery in Ontario, I don't mean the organization. I just mean the sport in general.
Yeah, nothing against Archery Ontario, the organization, but
no.
And I'm going to say it. They need to wake up. They're ignoring progress. And I'm not the only one that thinks it. I'm probably going to be the one that kicks a hornet's nest and pisses off a lot of people, but I don't care. This is a sport I enjoy. It's a sport I love. It keeps me sane. It keeps me away from those dark places. And I want to see it progress. I want to see us become a premier sport. Like it, I'm going to roll back to kickboxing. It took kickboxing 25 years to become recognized in Ontario, and now kickboxing is in the Olympics. Archery's been in the Olympics since Adam was a pup, but they just finally decided to let Compound in, and Compound's been around since I think the oldest bow I've seen is from the late 70s. It's an old Pearson bow. It was a wooden riser, and yeah, it was, to say it was archaic would be an understatement. But it was like 100 and
sure.
It's like one of my dad's hunting buddies. He bought it to go hunting in Africa. He bought it and then couldn't draw the damn thing, and it became a drinking game. If you try to draw the thing, if you couldn't draw it, you had to drink. Yeah, a bunch of teenagers in the basement trying to draw this bow. I don't think any of us moved it. I know I didn't.
Do you think you can move it now?
I could probably get the cam about halfway around. It was 90, I think it was almost 90 pound. And it was old, like, I think it had a 40% let off, was max 40%. And the wheels were only about 3 inches around.
I think we need to find this bow and have a drinking game.
I'd give it a go.
Yeah, it's not like you're Justice. I'm sorry. I think Josh Bomar would have a hard time moving it.
So sorry to keep us on track. I tend to try to do that sometimes.
That's okay. Bring us back. Hi, Squirrel.
Yeah. So, it's a couple of times here you've mentioned dark places. I don't know if you want to get too far into it. Like I'll tell you my story, how I got back into archery. So I actually very similar. I got out of archery at around 20 when I moved to the GTA. I couldn't afford to do much. I had an apartment, and that was about it. That's about all I could afford. And it wasn't until COVID that I got back into it. I moved to the GTA 99. So COVID would have been almost 30 years, 20 something odd years. COVID was and I tell people this all the time, that archery kind of saved my life during COVID. Because I don't like being cooped up. I don't like being told that I can't go somewhere, and it was driving me insane, like literally insane. It was a very dark time for me. I got the first variant of COVID, so I was sick for almost 6 months.
Jeez.
And if it hadn't been for archery, I'll be honest, I don't think I'd be here today. I'll be honest with you, and that's why I do this. That's why I do this show. I help run the club, because if it did that much for me, I can't imagine, if it helps anybody, like even to a nth of a degree that it helped me, then I owe it so much. So yeah,
So my story isn't quite as, I'm not even sure how to describe it. My previous relationship, my marriage, didn't end so well, and I took a lot of the blame on myself, and I went down that. I hate to drag it down here, boys. I'm sorry. I went down that dark
it's all
road.
right.
I did make an attempt. I'm a very big advocate of men reaching out and getting help now. Please, guys, I would rather hear you sit down and listen to your story than have to carry you. My door's always open. You want to come have a beer? We'll have a beer. You want to have tea? Whatever. I'm here for it. So after my attempt, my wife was removed from my ex-wife, pardon me, was removed from the home. I couldn't figure out what to do. A friend of mine decided to bring me over to his house and break out an old recurve that his dad had. And I was playing around with it. It was an old archery craft. Playing around with it. I was like, I think I might want to do this again. And I went and found the local archery shop, talked to the owner. I didn't have a whole lot of money because, the relationship went bang, as did my bank account. So they sold me an old Bear Justice, I believe it was, and I started shooting at 20 yards. And I found that when I was shooting my bow, I was happy. It's the only thing I wanted to do. I would go work a 10-hour shift, go to the range, shoot for a couple of hours. I was happy. I was able to sleep. All the darkness went away. And I found while I'm on the range, the darkness wasn't there. It did poke its head around a couple of times. Luckily, as we all know, we have some great people within our community. A certain couple, they asked me to keep their name out of things. Helped me come around a corner when I was shooting for Prime. I was actually the factory shooter for Prime for a little while. I was feeling like I wasn't adequate. I didn't deserve what I had because I wasn't shooting that well.
Mhm.
I was literally shitting the bed at every single tournament I was going to. I was finishing at the back of the pack. Prior to that, I was top 10. I was doing very well. And I just couldn't get out of that darkness. The husband spoke to me, took me off to the side, reminded me why I was doing it, reminded me that it's supposed to be fun. So I shut myself down. I shut down all my competitive shooting and just started going back to the range, finding that happiness again. And that's when that is literally when I discovered Royal City. And the previous board, they were nice. They made me feel at home to a point. Still, that struck me as a bit of an old boys club because there was some of the clubs that I was shooting at were still the very old IBO, like this is the way it is.
Mhm.
Old boys club. They hated seeing my wife around because she just doesn't care.
Jeez.
You don't like her? Too bad. That's a you problem.
Mhm.
And so getting back to shooting, found my happiness again. And this is where the Squirrel name comes from. Our mutual friend, as we all know him, Dale Martin, big goofball himself, had been shooting with me quite a bit, and he noticed that I had a hell of a time focusing on anything I was doing. A couple of times I drew my bow and I had forgotten to knock an arrow. I was like, boy, the squirrels are really getting
Jeez.
you. And I'm like, what? He goes, hey, yeah, the squirrels are bugging you. I'm like, what the are you talking about? He goes, you're not focusing. Your mind's all over the place. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. A couple of weeks go by. I'm at the next shoot and I hear his voice. Hey, squirrel! Who the is he talking to? Comes up behind me, puts his arm over my shoulder. Hey, squirrel, how's it going? What? Okay, hey, Dale, how's it going? And it's just every time he sees me, it's say squirrel, and I just refer to him as Shaggy because he reminds me of Shaggy from Scooby Doo. And if you know his wife Katie, she's Velma, man. I saw her; she was curvy. She's I don't know whether she has ink or not, but glasses, she's smarter than a lot of people I know. Okay? Velma. So,
Nice.
and you'll probably notice when you see me next, I've actually got a squirrel release pouch.
I've seen
Yep.
it. I've seen it. So at the boob shoot. Yeah, at the boob shoot, I think.
I have that one, and I
That's
have a
awesome.
monkey for my grandson.
Nice. Very
So-
nice. Very nice. So it's like it's comes back to that whole community thing, right?
Yep.
How it's I don't know. I say this a lot. I say this maybe too much, but actually, I don't think we've talked about this for a while on the show. But the community that how they come together around this sport, it's not. I don't know. And again, I don't want to sound like we think we're better than every other sport, but
Yeah.
I don't see that in a lot of other sports. There you go. So, but honestly, I don't see that in a lot of other sports, right? Where it's a lot of different personalities too. Like they come together, they can talk. Like I was never, and people will never believe when I say this, but I'm a very shy person, and it was no one will believe me, but it's true. Like when I go to a tournament, even when I go with Valerie and I know I'm not going to be shooting with her, I get nervous because I know I'm going to have to talk to people.
Yeah, I did notice
and
that at
it's not
SCC. Even though you knew me, you were very quiet.
Extremely quiet.
Yeah.
You
So
made me
Like
you're
I'll
quiet.
come up to you, be like, I'll come up to you, Chris, and I'll be like, "Morning, Chris. How's it going?" You'll be like, "It's good." Yeah.
Yeah. So
And it's just like, fuck. All right, I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, like completely
it took a
different
few
person.
targets
It's
to bring him out of his
crazy.
shell.
Then I'll see him at
that's
lunch.
just- yeah.
Are you shooting, Chris? I want to go home.
He said that after target 2.
All right. I should sell my
It's
bow.
true. I did want to go home after target 2.
I think we all wanted to go home after shooting that range.
Oh my god! And you know what's funny? And that's what about this sport too. It's like no matter how shitty you're feeling, there's always someone in that group that's gonna make you fucking maybe gain some perspective on what the hell you're actually doing. Right? It's like you're sitting there, you're shitting all over yourself because oh my god, I fucking this another 5, another 8, another whatever. Right? And they're like. They just look at you and it's like, dude, it's just archery, dude. It's a game. So, it's it's that I like that's one thing I love that I've loved about this sport the most is the way people will just give you a little dose of perspective and and again like welcoming, very welcoming, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I think there's only one group I kind of felt uncomfortable with, but then again, like I said, because I'm shy, I don't know if it was me or them, but they were a lot younger than I was. I was when I went to I think it was SCC. No, it was the provincials. I forgot. I didn't enter as in 50 plus, so I was put with a bunch of young guys, and it was like they're like, "What the hell is this whole fucking codger doing?" So I was like, "Sorry guys, it's not my fault," like. So, and I remember sliding.
Hey folks, the Letdown podcast has teamed up with Stray Sons Co., a Southern Ontario-born hunting apparel brand bringing high-quality gear to our fellow Canadian hunters. New tees, hats, and hoodies released every month. Use code LETDOWN15 to save 15% at checkout. That's LETDOWN15, all caps, to save 15% at checkout.
I remember it was so wet that day. I remember taking a spill down the hill there. Holy crap.
Yeah,
I
that
felt like
was
such an old fart.
that was
My
quite
God.
the event. I remember that because I was shooting with
Yeah.
Dean Higgins and Peter Ray, and
Nice.
when that big
That's a fun
downpour hit, we were on the very back end of range B. It was, and you were shooting.
That would suck.
The ladies were shooting downhill at a black bear, and we were shooting downhill at a big old bison. And 2 of the ladies went ass over tea kettle, and Dean just basically skated all the way to the target. And I went, well, yeah, what am I going to do? Do I go help the ladies because they're trying to get back up the hill, or do I go down and pull arrows for Dean? Fuck it, Dean's down there with Peter. They can do it. They're scoring, and I'll go try to help the ladies back up the hill.
What a gentleman.
No, it's just called being raised right. I have 6 sisters, dude. I came out going, yes, ma'am.
There you go.
It's hilarious. Yeah, it was quite the downpour that I remember. So I was shooting. Actually, that's what I had That was the first time I met Dale Martin, and I think
You
we
poor
were
bastard.
on our fifth. We were on our fifth target. The fucking rain starts coming down. Like, it's coming down. You can't see anything. He looks at all of us. He says, "You know what? I could be fishing right now." Packs up his bow and he takes off.
Yeah, that's Dale.
I was like, what the fuck's going on?
He really didn't give a shit. Holy.
No,
He just took off, man. He just laughed. He's like, I could be fishing right now. He just laughed.
yeah, that's
I
just.
don't think he was shooting very well anyway. So
I've known Dale for
that was hilarious.
11 years, and that's just Dale being Dale.
Yeah, I thought to myself, man, that's how I feel. I should have fucking done the same thing. Should ask that guy to go fishing with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're good
You
fishing
get
up there.
paired with some characters, man.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a guy you do need to go turkey hunting with. If he can't put you on a bird, you got no business being out there.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
He
I think it's just
he
me.
showed me all those pictures and videos and stuff.
You see, only
He
one
knows
of
what he's
my
doing.
friends that has actually been on TV. The next time next weekend, I'll try to pull up the YouTube episode. He took what the hell was his
Ducks
name?
Unlimited, right?
No, this guy came out of the States when Dale was still guiding for Wingfeather. He put him on a big tom. Like Dale doesn't use. I don't think he uses mouth calls, but he can emulate a tom, and this bird came literally right in on a string. When the guy finally pulled the trigger, I think it was maybe 5 yards away. So, but yeah,
Wow. They're tricky birds, man.
they're dumb as bricks. But then if they're dumb as bricks, how dumb are we for chasing?
They're dumb, but they're good at not dying.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's all those feathers,
There's-
man. It's
Unless
like
you
a
reap 'em.
suit of armor on.
You guys are ruining the show now because I hate those stupid things. So
So do I.
There's a big like uproar in reaping turkeys.
when you
Right.
put
Yes.
the tail feathers on your gun.
You have the tail feathers up. It can be like, one of those half shell tom decoys, but essentially you're just holding it and moving towards the turkey with it and, flashing the tail. And then the toms will get pissed off and come right on a string and like right up to you. There's a video. This tom comes right up to the hunter and the guy drops the decoy and the turkey is looking right at him and gobbles at him. And then he just fucking point blank
Oh yeah, I've seen those videos.
shoots the turkey in the head, and all the comments are just like hating on the guy. I'm like, dude, if you can get a turkey to come in to half a foot and then you're able to shoot it at half a foot, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, like Rick Marchand gets him to come into 5 yards and he shoots him with a
And
bow.
shoots him with a bow, yeah.
Yeah, shoots him with the money
Yeah, it's like-
the money pit. That bow was held together at Porcupine with a dime. He lost one of the spacers and used a
That's right.
dime as a spacer.
Rick's a
Oh, that's right, yeah.
that guy's an animal, man. He's
That's
total
pretty smart,
animal.
actually.
I love Rick.
Yeah,
He's one of the kindest gentlemen on our circuit. Him and Carl and
I agree.
Oh.
Yeah,
all of those guys.
all those guys. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, when Carl let Valley and I shoot, and when we got there late, it was it said that to me spoke volumes, right? Like, it was more important to him that we get to shoot than it was to maintain whatever integrity people would be worried about, right? So, but he also probably knew I was a shitty archer, so it wouldn't matter what my score was anyway. So. No, I'm joking, of course, but no, it was nice of him to do that. Like, and he sent one of his volunteers around with us, and that guy spent 3 hours with us going around, with the 20 targets and the deadly heat because it was brutally hot. And nice gentleman. I wish I remembered his name right now, but yeah, it was great. Like, that's and it gets back to what we talk about with, like, it's almost more than community. It starts to become almost like family, right? So,
Yeah, how many times have I said that in our many conversations?
yeah,
There are 3 types of family out there: the one that you're born to, the ones that are born to you, and the ones that you let in. And like I've got a bunch of friends, and 3 of them are sitting in front of me that I do consider family to a part. Well, Justin, you're kind of pushing it sometimes, but you're like that annoying little brother that needs his
fair.
ass kicked sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take you on anytime.
But yeah, actually, I think you'd probably kick mine right about now. But yeah, it's one of those things where I don't have a whole lot of family left. And prime example, last year at the FDCC when you guys surprised me with that cake, my family never did anything like that. And it's like, oh my God, these are just acquaintances that I've made over the years. Some of them are a little closer friends. Some of them are trying to keep them at arm's reach. But now they've gone out of their way to give me something when they should be focused on their event. And that's something that I'll never forget. And I can't thank the board of Royal City. I can't thank the kindness of any of your hearts enough for doing that. It was a struggle walking to the first target in the second round with dry eyes. Try to keep that in the back of my mind. It's like, okay, Wayne, you need to focus on what you're doing. Never mind what they did. That was just a dirty trick on their part.
Trying to throw you off your game.
Yeah, that's
It
exactly what it
worked.
was. We just
Just
trying to
I
throw you off
shit
your
the bed in
game.
the second half.
Just remember, Wayne, that Justin's a big hugger. So next time you're
He's
feeling
never
sad,
got close enough. Adam's
he'll make
come
you feel
close a
better.
few times. That's scary.
Catching
And
a stray.
yeah, like Royal City. I've shot with Luis, the Jack brothers, any number of you guys out there, and like I was at Porcupine, I was suffering. I was cramping up something fierce, and Luis noticed it and asked me what was going on. I told him I'm cramping. I don't have what I need or what I think I need to get rid of cramps. And he went over to his cooler and he brought me over 3 bananas and said, "Here, get these into you. It'll help." He didn't have to do that. And it's just like, it's just out of the kindness of his heart. And I've seen that all the way through Royal City.
Yeah, and on the good days, he's a killer.
Oh,
Mhm.
he kept me honest
killer.
last year. There were a few times it was like, I gotta beat this guy.
Yeah.
I felt bad at Rogues because he had the malfunction. I'm kind of looking at it going, that's not Lewis. That was an equipment. And then he told me what
Yeah.
happened. I'm like, I was right. He's going to mop the floor with me this year. And I hope he does. If you can beat me, go for it. Chris, step your damn game up and beat my ass already, would you? I'm getting tired of carrying you.
I'm in training right now. My wife and I are. So Valerie has an injury.
Oh no.
So she has some kind of pulled tendon in her. It was tennis elbow and it's now moved up into her shoulder. So right now, so I asked her. I said, because like she loves, like if anyone loves the game, she loves it. Like she she misses it so much. So I said, well, help me. Like I suck. So like, like give me something. Help me out. Like come on out, and and then it's kind of, it gives her purpose now, right? Because she wants to see me do well, obviously, because I'm her husband, and apparently she loves me or something. I don't know what that, but
I think that might be pushing it a little bit.
I'm more like I don't know why, but
Yeah, she.
so actually, that's a
Go ahead.
that's a kind of a leading into the next kind of group of questions here, like we talk about dark places and we talk about the sort of the archery community. What happens to I know what happens to me when I lose purpose. What happens to people when they lose purpose? Like like right now, Valerie, and that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to give her purpose, right? So,
Yeah, well, my wife hasn't been able to shoot in a couple of years, mainly due to her job.
dear.
And
Okay.
I see where she's, I guess the easiest way to put it is she's kind of moping around a little bit. And like you, I'm trying to motivate her with something. Like, you know what? You want to shoot your bow, go downstairs. You can shoot, I know it's only 7 yards, but at least you can continue to work on something. And I said, okay, last year, like I spent way too much time on the road, but I had one of my best seasons. And that's because of my wife, because she literally cracked the whip and said, get outside and shoot your damn bow. You want this? Go do it. It's just like you're training for the provincial kickboxing tournament where I was running 10 kilometers a night and then still going to the gym and coaching and putting my rounds in. It's like, this is what you need to do. You know how to do this. You know how to focus on what you need to do. Do it. She became my coach. And when I kind of went, oh, I don't want to. Just put in 10-hour day. I don't want to go run. Well, guess what you're doing now? You're going downstairs and you're doing an hour of isometrics, whether you want to or not. And she's kind of refocused on that, but you still see it in her eyes. She wants to get out and shoot her bow. She loves going to Royal. She loves that shot across the pond, whether it's the bear or the wolf or anything like that. And because 20 minutes down the road, she has a cousin that she doesn't get to see very often. And trying to think of, for me, if I lose focus and I lose purpose, like I had to have my shoulder done. I lost 8 months to having my shoulder done. I broke down and like I faced that wall. It's like, am I ever going to be able to pick my bow back up? And or am I done? Well, I did what I had to do. I went to my local shop and I bought a 40-pound prime. I know everybody hates on prime, but you know what? At 40 pounds, I could sit there and I could draw it with my offhand. I was looking at potentially becoming a lefty.
Wow.
And I could shoot that 40-pound at 20 yards left-handed, not a problem. Anything over that, and I started looking like Misha trying to hit something at 15 yards. Hey, dude, I told you if you were going to be quiet, I'm going to pick on you.
All right, I'm listening. I'm being a good person and listening. God.
Yeah, that's what Misha's good at.
Great.
And he also hates prime. So there you go.
There you go.
He hates prime.
I don't hate prime.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't let Benoit hear him say that.
Or Josh McKenzie.
Already kicked my ass as it is.
We don't have to worry too much about Josh. He's got to show up once in a while in order to have a problem with it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm shooting 23s now. All right. All y'all better watch it. I got paper tuned. It's working.
Did you paper tune it? Oh boy,
took me a while.
Good.
So you got fucking 3-inch tear.
Oh, are you serious?
No, it was like a 1-inch tear.
Okay.
But how's it grouping down range?
I don't know. I haven't shot it yet.
Doesn't matter if you got a 3-inch tear at 7 yards. If at 25 yards you're grouping within 1 inch, don't worry about it. Move on.
Yeah, and I gotta hit the range up and get a new sight tape. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm still working on my sight tape, but
have you figured out exactly how stupid light those arrows are?
Yeah,
those Victory 23s, they're stupid light. I've got a set downstairs. There are 27-inch, 120 grain, 225 Boning X3s on them with pin knocks, and I'm looking 340 grains in the face.
Wow,
they're a little quick.
Mine were 344.
Yeah,
I think, and they were all within 0.02 grains of each other.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Victory. They are amazing. I shot those for years. Made the jump to Easton this year just because I wanted to try their 25s and see how they compare. Yeah, built a complete set. Did 4 fletch on them, and I think across the entire dozen, I'm maybe 0.9 of a grain out from one all the way through.
Nice.
I can't hit the broadside of a barn with them, but they shoot well.
Oh, it looks like you're not getting an Easton sponsorship anytime soon.
I'll go back to Victory, and that's exactly what I'm doing for next weekend is going back to my Victory.
Yeah, Chris, if
so
you
Wayne,
be there at
Oh,
the
go ahead,
range on
Misha.
Saturday, next Saturday,
Next Saturday,
before the event, the day before the event.
I have a secret hunt coming next Saturday. Some
Dun,
big
dun.
some guy named Shaggy said he may put me on a bird.
All right. Well, I was gonna offer for you to come to the range with me, help me sight
Well,
in.
like
but
I can do it.
it
He
sounds
wants to
like
go in
you
the
got-
morning, so I can.
Sounds like you got better plans.
He wants to go in the morning, so I can do it in the afternoon.
That works.
Yeah, I can do that. I gotta start putting my new strings on my title. So
That's what the winter's for.
Exactly.
Before we start
Exactly.
punching
well,
paper.
How
Yeah,
many
what happened-
indoor
actually-
sessions did you have where you could
what
have
happened with the
broken
bow
the
press
string?
this winter was I could not get onto Royal City Bowmen. It was in our archery shed. I brought it to the club in the fall. Bruno got me the strings. I lost them. Valerie found them somewhere because that's usually how it works. I lose stuff and Valerie finds it for me.
It's the opposite in my house. But
Okay. So she's like, "What's this envelope?" And I'm like, "Oh, those are my strings." And this is in February. She's like, "You haven't had these? You lost them for like 4 months?" I'm like, "Yeah, something like that probably." So, anyways, and now the bow press is at Royal City, and the snow is probably about 5 feet deep. So
yeah, you guys got a
I was
ton
like,
of snow there.
right.
Yeah,
it was
unfortunately.
It was brutal. So
It's really flooded
Yeah,
back
it
there
was-
right now.
Well,
Not now.
Not too bad now. It's dried up.
Earlier
Yeah.
spring it was.
Yeah,
I was
know.
going to say,
know
should I
left
bring
you
my
at Target
rubbers
9
for
there.
next weekend?
Nah, you'll be fine.
I
No, you'll be
would
fine.
just in case, but I still would. Just keep them in your vehicle.
Okay.
Just get wet.
It's always better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them.
You're Canadian, man. Just get a soaker. Live with it. So be a man.
No, it's
But I don't mind
Wet
getting a
feet
soaker
wreck
during
my
the day
day.
if I don't have to drive home afterwards. Nothing
Yeah.
worse than driving
Oh,
with
that's true.
sopping wet feet.
Man, just take
Speaking
your
of
shoes
that,
off. It's fine
Speaking of
when you get in the car.
archery 3D tournaments, I don't know about how anyone else feels. I think 40 targets is too much in a day. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. I did Ames fundraiser on the weekend, and it was 30, and it was nice. We started at 9 o'clock. We were done by 1, and then they had some shoot-offs for classes that had more than 5 archers in them. I was home by a little after 5, which is surprising.
nice.
Normally, I don't get home from there
The
until
only
like
reason I
8
say
o'clock.
that, and the reason I say that is because it's not like other events, right? I know it's one arrow for it's 40 arrows basically, right? But it's like so long between times you're going to shoot that arrow. So you get your target, you got to do your scoring. You've shot your arrow, you walk down, get your arrows, pick them back up, go to the next ones, and then same, rinse and repeat. I know, to me, 40 targets is always. It was even like when provincials was 80 targets. I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me, my God.
Well, that's why he already shot his 40 arrows and said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
No, this was the first day he left.
Oh,
so he
gee.
didn't even get the. I don't think he even got. Yeah, I don't think he even got 20 arrows.
How many fives
When
did
that
you
rain
chop
came down
through
was the
that?
first day, but anyways. So, all right, let's start wrapping this sucker up here. So Wayne, what does archery represent to you today?
Today, it represents the happiness and the way I want my life to go. I only want to go forward. I don't want to go back. I don't want to look back. I just want to keep going forward, and I want to continue to have the happiness that it presents. Like my wife says, you can't be angry when you're shooting.
Right, and she's right. Yeah.
Hold my whiskey. Watch this
would
shit.
And would kicking Dean Higgins' ass make you happy?
No, believe it or not, it will not make me happy. Because
I'm always trying to cause shit.
to be honest, I've already done that. Dean and I both had a bow malfunction. I think it was 2 years ago at Royal now. Something to do with his stabilizers happened and my rest dropped, but I got 2 extra targets in. And according to the scorecard, I beat him, but it didn't make me happy.
Nice. Okay.
The one thing that made me happy, because I can actually say it and it's legitimate, is I beat Bruno. Believe it or not, I beat Bruno.
I believe it.
In the fall shoot at Royal, Bruno was working on that new Proven 34 that he's got. right? And
Okay.
he was tinkering with it and what have you. He'd only set it up the night before. And he's like, I'll test it here. Well, I beat him by 2 points. And I told him that I can officially say I have beat Bruno. And I was going to scream it from the rooftops that I did. And I did. I stood there in the parking lot and screamed at the top of my lungs, I beat Bruno! And I never yelled it again. But I've done it once.
Just once. It's all it takes is once.
And what does success look for you like now? Different from before, like different from earlier
Pardon?
in your archery career.
What's
How does success look now in archery?
looks like I'm not hitting as many fives as I used to. I don't know what I've done differently, but I've been able to mitigate that. I found one of the things that has impacted me. I try not to do it anymore if I can absolutely help it. When you're on the range, you're going to have to do it eventually again. And that's don't ever give me the scorecard. Don't let me keep score or tell me not to keep a running score until the end. Because if I see it, it starts to play with my head because, oh, look, I hit an 8. I only need 2 12s to beat Chris. Well, I'm never going to hit those 2 12s. I'm going to start hitting 8s. All aboard the 8 train.
You must have shot really shitty if it takes you 2 12s to beat me.
I'm just waiting for you to start hitting the 12 so you can beat me.
He's getting there.
Come on,
He's
man.
getting
It's
close. He's just a bit outside.
It's just a bit outside. And
Running jump and
last
running
but not
down.
least, last but not least, why the hell do you keep showing up? What keeps you showing up?
Well, why do I keep showing up? Why the hell not? What else have I got to be doing? Yeah, I could be out on my motorcycle, sure, but this is healthy. It's healthy because, I'm not inhaling exhaust fumes and putting my life on the line. And I get to hang with my friends, whether they want to admit it or not. It's like, I'm hanging with my friends. I'm having a good time. After we shoot 40 targets, we can sit around in the parking lot and have a beer or a cider or water, whatever you prefer. And then if you're at a big 2-day tournament, Royal City at the SCC, what were we doing? We were
Yeah,
having
Royal City,
ciders
Tent City.
and we were sitting around shooting the shit. That's why I keep showing up and shooting is because that's where you guys are and that's where I want to be. I want to be where my buddies.
On that note, thanks for coming, Wayne. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Thanks, one.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Cool.
I'm Justin Harrison. You can find me on Instagram at Justy_785 or on Facebook. Just look up Justin Harrison.
I'm Misha Corso. You can find me on Instagram at Misha Corso. And if you're looking for some great bow hunting and sport shooting merch, look up Stray Sons Archery on Instagram.
I'm Chris LaFleur. If you want to find us, the show is Letdown Podcast on Spotify and YouTube. And on Instagram and Facebook, you can find us at the Letdown Podcast. Catch you next time. This was The Letdown. Thank you for listening. This was The Letdown.